He's someone that really adds to the power of a boat and keeps them going.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mahe. We must move on to the double sculls. Another set of Kiwis for you. Nathan Cohen up there and his partner, and this is going to be an important race for them because this men's double sculls, they are the defending or the reigning world champions. More of that in a moment. Eric Knittel and Stefan Kruger for Germany. In lane number 2, Norway. Fantastic interest here. Niels Jakob Hoff and Kjetil Busch. They won their semi-final. That's why they're in lane 3. Next to them, Cedric Berest and Julian Bahrain. And I think this is a very classy partnership for France. Then in lane number 5, you've got the Argentinians. This is Suarez and Ross, who were 7th in Lucerne, and closest to the British partnership of Bill Lucas and Sam Townsend, who were 6th in Lucerne, but runners-up before that in Serbia. And just one thing, actually, Christian Ross has been actually replaced in that boat by... Sorry, Christian Rosso has come into the boat. It's Christian Rosso, not Christian Ross. The name's changed. Away we go. And very, very quickly, these two men into their work.
Yeah, Eric Knittel and Stefan Kruger. They use their backs to their full potential, especially in the final sprint we saw in Lucerne. That it was strokeman Stefan Kruger who actually was trying to push his boat on with every last ounce of strength he had in his body, which worked actually. They won in Belgrade, they won in Lucerne, looking for that hat trick that we saw the British pair, women's pair, and the women's double do, and the New Zealand men's pair doing.
So away on the far side, furthest away from you from lane number 1, this is Nathan Cohen and Joseph Sullivan, world champions for the past 2 seasons. The key for them is getting a better start, because it's in that first quarter where they've allowed themselves to be too detached from the field, and it'll be interesting to see. It doesn't look a bad start this time, but where's that going to put them at the heart of the race when we go into the third quarter?
They were 10th in Lucerne. Very, very disappointing for reigning world champions, as we see Norway in the lead right now and Great Britain in second position. But New Zealand 10th in Lucerne, and still we saw an injury-ridden Australia failing to row in the B final. They pulled out. We saw Itzhak Chop, a birthday boy from Slovenia, turning 40 years of age today, missing out in the final. So if New Zealand doesn't improve, they could risk not making the final in London.
Who have the advantage and lead through the first quarter of the race. And this is Niels Jakob Hoff and Kjetil Busch, and they've just got stronger and stronger. Then on the near side in lane 6, Bill Lucas and Sam Townsend. Pretty good in Serbia, not so effective in Lucerne, but they are a relatively young partnership. And here you can see the Norwegians. And this is just an indication of the margin by which these two men are improving. Because last year they were 8th in the World Championships. They were 4th actually in Carapiro, or on Carapiro, in 2010. But 27 years of age, Hoff 22, Kjetil Busch. It's a really good partnership, and they are maturing in every sense of the word, and they've got half a length over the field.
Which is very impressive. The last time a Norwegian double rode to an Olympic medal was in 2000 with reigning Olympic single sculls Olympic champion Olaf Tufte in that boat. So this crew actually very, very impressive stuff. They surprisingly they won the semi-final yesterday.
Making a push now, but a steady one. Cedric Berest and Julian Bahrain. That's 3 from the bottom of your picture now. Far side, you've got Germany, Eric Knittel and Stefan Kruger, who've won the first 2 World Cup regattas. The Kiwis, Nathan Cohen and Joseph Sullivan, over on the far side. A lot of work to do as we come to the half distance. And through we go. Norway, and then you can see that Great Britain actually on the near side moved up towards the end of that quarter to be on terms with the French. There you can see the British bow 6, but you can see France there, who, just looking at the buoy line, I would say are just ahead of the British now. And now this is where Germany are moved. Big move there by Stefan Kruger in the stroke seat. He's lifted it up with Eric Knittel, the world champions, these two men, of course, in 2009.
And I want to add, Argentina doing a very, very good job staying in that mix, even in front of world champions New Zealand. So very good racing from Ariel Suarez and Christian Rosso, because they're still in touch with Germany, with France, with Great Britain, just about a boat length, a little bit over a boat length behind Norway, who's still leading.
And here they are on this rather overcast Sunday in front of a fairly packed German grandstand here, and they're vying for second place. It's Germany, France and Great Britain vying for second place. Then right over on the far side, New Zealand, who would be just about fifth, Argentina sixth at the moment. And if New Zealand are going to show something, this is the moment they need to move now.
But Norway responding, pulling out to a length lead right now. And even though they're not exactly in sync, you can see Shettel and Niels Jakob not really rowing together. They have this extreme power. They're very powerful guys on the erg and on the water, and they're moving away all the time. They're still not fazed by these three top crews chasing them.
500 meters to go. In particular, what can the French produce as a sprint? And it's Norway and then three across the course. Germany, France, Great Britain. There's virtually nothing to choose between them. And smooth now, steady, but they know that they're going to be attacked. That's for sure, because the game is still to play, and you can see New Zealand on the far side now showing improvement, beginning to move, but is it a little bit too late?
Well, New Zealand's known for that final spurt. They beat the Germans last year in that final 250 meters. So they're moving up right now, raising that rate and moving up towards Germany, and Germany responding.
Nathan Cohen in the bow, 25 years of age from Invercargill. Joseph Sullivan, a year younger from Picton Rowing Club, and they're almost on terms. It's Norway, then Great Britain, closest to you. Just about in second place. Crowd getting excited. This is the closest contest so far of the morning. New Zealand trying to edge into second place on the far side of the regatta course. Norway still very much in command. It's Britain versus New Zealand. New Zealand on the far side there, going into silver medal position. And now it's Germany in bronze, Britain slipping back, France with nothing to offer here. And it's Norway being really breathed on here by the Kiwis. But surely the cushion of advantage is going to see the Norwegians to the line.
Half a length for Norway in front of New Zealand.
And here they go, and it's Norway who are coming home ahead of the Kiwis, and Germany, who've gone really well in third place as well, but it's Norway by half a length, then New Zealand. Very impressive last 500 from New Zealand, but look how impressed and how pumped up Jakob Hoff is in the bow of that Norwegian double. And maybe, Michael, this now addresses something you brought up from the depths of your memory.
Well, as I mentioned, the last Olympic medal for New Zealand in the men's double was in 2000, the silver medal for Olaf Tufte. And he always said he wanted to return to the double. But the last years, you said they were fourth in Carapiro. They were a little bit disappointing in Bled last year. So this win is really, really impressive. And as he said, he always wanted to finish his career in the double. I don't think they're going to change this double, but you never know. You never know with the Norwegians.
Well, you sort of feel that performance, if anybody in the Norwegian camp, particularly Mr. Tufte, had thoughts about that was the performance to say, no, we go as we are. Because, look who they've beaten. They've beaten the world champions of the past two seasons, and they've beaten the world champions of 2009. So in this Olympic cycle, they have just beaten the two crews that have won all the world championship titles. Now, does that not deserve the right to go to the Olympics?
And as I said, there's still room for improvement. They're not quite in sync. They can still improve, and they have a second lead over New Zealand and then